Hello, Dreamlight Valley villagers. This is Unbounded Play. Thank you for coming to the channel today. We are going to kind of minimally show my Frightfully Festive, kind of how I had set up things and put things together. I put a little bit more effort into this image. I may not have all of the video of how I placed everything, but we can definitely take a look at where everything is in the image that I took. So for the Frightfully Festive, you did need to have 5 items. It was a decor challenge, so you needed to have 5 simple items. You had to have 5 rustic items. Those are the required items. And then these recommended items or suggested items were items from Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. The other one was anything that was playful. So we're going to go up into the Forgotten Lands. That's kind of where I set up everything, and I have the Haunted Mansion up there. Actually, I need to place it, so we're going to kind of go through that process. So I went up to the Forgotten Lands, and I was going to move the pumpkin house, the fairy godmother's pumpkin house. And I was thinking that maybe I could put the Haunted Mansion over in this corner. I kind of wanted it near this water, but we couldn't move the water. It doesn't allow you to move the lake per se. So I found that a little frustrating. I was kind of deciding, like, what is it that I can move? Can I fit the Haunted Mansion over there? I really think that I need to go ahead and move the pumpkin house. Yeah, I need to move the pumpkin house because the Haunted Mansion is too big to kind of put in this corner. And I wanted, like, as you're coming into the Forgotten Lands I didn't really want it, like, kind of stuffed in a corner. I wanted to be there's some space around it. So I went ahead over here and I ran around and removed all of the thorns and moved a bunch of the different items like the plants and stuff that were in there, so I could go ahead and move Fairy Godmother's pumpkin house over here. I'm kind of going around to see what trees I can move. So I'm just kind of going through and removing all those. I think that takes a lot more time, just kind of removing all the different items in your area that you're going to kind of move around. Obviously, the other thing that takes a ton of time, which I wish it didn't, I wish it was a little bit more streamlined, is placing any kind of floor, not necessarily flooring in a house, but the bricks, like if you're putting bricks down or you're putting dirt down or any of the stones, that just seems to take forever. So I went over here and tried to remove as much as I possibly could to kind of streamline the area, and then I could add things later. But I think I'm going to put the pumpkin house over there. You can see I have it over kind of with the background. I also wanted the Haunted Mansion to have in the background that if the sun were coming up, like or sun or setting, because the sun sets on that side, I wanted that in the background because I wanted that light coming up from behind it to kind of brighten up whatever it was. It was nice to have the pumpkin house over there, but I'm going to go ahead and move this over here into this corner space, and I could kind of fluff it up later. But that's really the main thing, is to move the pumpkin house so that I can make room for the Haunted Mansion and create the space for the Haunted Mansion in that area. So now it's just a matter of removing a whole bunch of these different items. And I know you see that, like, people are, they fast forward the video, but I kind of wanted to show that I'm not speedy at removing these. I mean, maybe when I get to certain spots, I can be kind of speedy, but it takes some time. I mean, you got to invest some time into removing the items, going back down there outside of the kind of furniture mode to remove anything or move anything that that can't be moved or or put into your, like moved into your storage. So there are items in there that can't be put into storage, so you kind of going back and forth. So it does take some time. So I'm going to kind of bypass a little bit of this, but just to kind of give you an idea that it does take me just as long, maybe longer than most people, to move some of this stuff. All right, so I'm working on the Switch. So if you have the Nintendo Switch, if you don't like get out of this furniture mode after moving so much stuff, like try not to move too much stuff. I do find that if you move too many things or put too many things in your storage, it tends to crash. So that was kind of a bummer, but it did save everything. So I didn't really lose some of my efforts here. Just kind of, I think a lot of people have talked about this, like the house. I guess it does look kind of centered. It's kind of quirky on some of where you're placing certain things, because you want a little bit, I wanted it to be a little further back, but that's not going to happen. And just kind of moving some things. I've got the lamppost. I'm not really sure if that's where I'm going to leave them. I don't really have a plan. I'm just trying to, I'm going to start adding some certain things, specifically like the pumpkins and the autumn bundle that we got, and adding that in there. So anything that I have that's Halloweenish, Halloweeny, however way you want to talk about that, I want to go ahead and add those to the in front of the castle or the mansion here. So I'm going to put some of the stonework in the front. I wasn't sure because I have kind of the Forgotten Lands brickwork, you know, kind of the spooky brickwork that I currently have there for the walkway, if I wanted to do the same for the house. And I don't really like the way this is coming out. I thought it would kind of look a little bit more pristine, but I think I'm probably going to go with the bricks that I currently have. Yeah, see, if you just kind of look, like the white just stands out too much, specifically for the Forgotten Lands. To me it does, at least for my space. So I think I like, and then when you come up to the house, it's not as, you know, it's run down as it should be. You know, it's haunted. People haven't lived there in a long time. Physical people, like real people. Ghostly people have been living in there. And they're not very good at cleaning. So I think I'm going to take that out. All right, so I've added a little bit of the brickwork in front of here. And I think that looks way better. Way better. Yeah, I think that looks much better. I mean, this does take a little bit of practice, but, you know, compared to Animal Crossing, it's a little trickier. And maybe it's just because it's on the Switch. Well, but, you know, Animal Crossing is on the Switch too. But, you know, it is what it is, at least for right now. Hopefully that's something that they can kind of improve upon to make it a little bit easier to move around. It can be kind of tricky. Sometimes it just doesn't want to move. And there's maybe something in the way that you really can't see that there's something in the way, because it won't continue to make more bricks for the walkway. So I'm going to expand my walkway here so that it's not so narrow. It was great for how I had it before, but I think I needed a little bit wider for this space. And then I haven't gone in the house yet. I guess it's, you know, set up just the way that like all our houses. It isn't my main house, but I think I need to make the first floor more Haunted Mansion items in here so that I can update the walls. I don't have any extra doors to get rid of these drab looking doors, but let's go ahead and I think I'm going to change the wallpaper in here. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow at, yes, the haunting wallpaper. I think I'm just going to put it on all 3 walls. It's just a kind of a quick, that looks great. And then let's do the floor. What kind of floor can we do? I probably don't have as much floor as others. All right, so let's change the flooring here. I like the wood, the dark wooden planks. No. Yes. No. That just seems too much. No. I think I'm going to go back with the wood. I'll just kind of flip around between a bunch of these. I think that looks, maybe just because it's something that I like. I like the hardwood floors. So I think I'm going to stick with that. All right, so how about a fireplace in here? Let's place that there, and then let's see what else I could put in here. Ooh, yeah, we got to put these paintings in there. I don't know why I don't have the other ones yet. I guess I didn't earn them yet. Is that what it is? Because there's 4 of them. Where's the other one? There it is. So we're gonna put that on the wall over here. Just kind of random. Okay, and let's put a chandelier in here. This will look really nice. And what other items do we have in here? Ooh, we have the organ. Let's add that. I'm not sure if I'm going to take a picture in here. I'd really like the picture to be outside. I think I need to move this picture, this photo, painting. Yeah, let's, it looks kind of odd with that door in the middle. Oh, it looks so silly. But these are some things that you can do. We're actually gonna go just kind of do a walk around of what I ended up placing outside. Unfortunately, I don't have the video, but I'll show you what I have. Okay, so this is my Frightfully Festive Decor Challenge. I had this in the background. So you can see that I used the autumn bundle items. That was the arch. And then I put it on the right hand side here. So you can see I put fence all around. And adding the fencing adds a lot more to how many items you have per the simple and rustic. I believe that the fence was considered rustic. And I put like the kind of stone relics. I thought that was kind of indicative of a haunted mansion or haunted area, where it was kind of like tombstones and broken down like relics. I did kind of the monsters cardboard things. I thought that would kind of help. The old barrels, the table on the side with kind of some pots and stuff. I tried to just not junk it up, like I could have dumped everything I had in my storage and added all in the back, but I wanted it to definitely look like Halloween, autumn festival, kind of a festive autumn-ish kind of look. And we can kind of take a little better look from above. I didn't have, I could have added a lot more items, but I still had like 20. I think it ranked about like 20 some, like 22-ish of the simple, and then about 20-ish of the rustic items. So of the required items, it put me in the realm of 20 for each one. And then the Tim Burton item was really the Haunted Mansion. I don't think I had any other. I didn't have any of the Tim Burton items. And then, of course, a lot of it is very playful. This was my image. This was the image that I submitted. So I think I had a little bit more daylight. It was also raining. And so it kind of added to the kind of spookiness of the photo. But yeah, so even though my thought is that as long as the items are somewhere in the realm of your image, even if they're far in the background, that adds to the amount that you have for, I said, like you needed to have simple and rustic. Those were two of the requirements, a minimum of 5 of each one. And I definitely had over 20, like somewhere between 20 and 25 for each one. And so I think, because of that effort, we're just going to kind of see how things came about. I don't know. I'm thinking that the fencing added, as well as all the individual items that I added, like the autumn art, the autumn basket from the autumn bundle, a bunch of the pumpkins that I added, and then some of the things that were on the side, like the stones, and then the cardboard monsters that were on there. I was just looking for anything that was kind of Halloween haunted to add to it. And that, I think that added my simple rustic, but it also added to my playful on the suggested items. So that brings us to the end of my video. I just kind of wanted to go over what I used to bring my numbers up as far as how many of each one of those items. And then on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we'll find out how I ranked for the Frightful Festive in the voting, how many moonstones I probably would get, and then how many of the pixel dust. So that'll be really interesting. So now that I've kind of put it out there, I've made it kind of a mental note and kind of a video note of what I've put in, the effort that I've put in, the amount of items that I've put in there for the photo, and we'll just kind of see how that happens. But I thought this would be helpful for you. It definitely is helpful for me because kind of going through this, it makes me see how much I had in there, but really, like, I could have added a lot more. But we'll see how how I rank and how many moonstones I can get just from in that 20-ish of each one of the required items of where you can possibly rank. And then, because we don't really know how they rank those. I'm sure that part of it is the voting. Another part of it is how many you have of each one of the required, so the simple and the rustic, and then possibly how many you have of the recommended. And the recommended were Playful and the Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas. So I didn't have a whole lot of the Nightmare Before Christmas items, but I have the house. That should count, right? All right. Well, thank you for coming to the channel today. I appreciate you. I hope this was helpful for you. It definitely was for me to kind of do another review of what I had added to my photo. And so y'all can leave some comments. Let me know what you think. If you like, how many have you been over 30? Like, have you been able to put more than 30 in your simple the required items? I mean, like, I don't know how many, like, I mean, I guess you could just put a whole ton of stuff in there, but I wanted it to look nice. I didn't want to just put a whole bunch of stuff in there. But anyway, thank you for coming to the channel. Please consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel a lot so that I can take time out to make these videos for you and for myself. I mean, really, that's really why I started doing them, is because there were questions to things that I wanted answers to, and I thought that there were other people that felt the same, that wanted some of those answers, and so that's why I'm here. Well, thank you, and we'll see you in the next video, and have a great adventure in Dreamlight Valley.